You boys know what's about to happen to you. You'd leave now.
Some consider these traits to be toxic, such as undesirable in the men of today. We consider these traits such as these not only to be desirable, but to be appreciated and celebrated. Welcome to the Toxic Male Appreciation Show, hosted by and la Reina Creole. Welcome to the safe space for the toxic male.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Toxic Male Appreciation Show here on my channel here on Twitch. Of course, I am the Reina Creole, and I am here with my amazing co-host of Positive Fandom. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited for the show today, Lorena. How are you today?
I am doing great. I'm doing great, although it is smoking hot down here in Florida, but it's all good. It's all good. You get used to it, and just be grateful that I'm not shoveling snow at all. So I'm grateful for that. And you look absolutely amazing, my dear.
Thank you so much. So do you, Lorena. I love that top. I just love it.
It's like thank you.
Superhero, which is appropriate for what we're going to be talking about today, especially.
Exactly. I kid you not. The more I start streaming, it seems like my wardrobe starts to coordinate with whatever it is that I'm talking about. So, yeah, I love these. These are so cool. But you're right. Aptly goes along with our topic, because not only are we talking toxic men, but we're talking toxic men about a toxic male show, and that would be The Boys, that is now airing its season 3 over on Amazon Prime. And I had not seen it before until recommended it, and I'm gonna let you know what I think when we get further on into the show. But first of all, thank you so much for those of you out there on Twitch starting to filter in here. I see Kaylee D is here, who says, hey, well, hello, my dear. Thank you so much for being here. One of my Twitch wrenches over here. I so do appreciate that. And we also have Prismatics with us as well, who says, hello, Lorena. And chat. So wonderful seeing you all here. And you know what I'm actually gonna say? I was supposed to say welcome a little bit earlier, but forgot I had to put the stream out on Twitter. So wanted to do that first. So let's see. So to kind of introduce yourself to people who don't know you, why don't you let people know what who you are and what your channel is all about?
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is and I am from Positive Fandom. My channel on YouTube is called Positive Fandom, and I also stream on Twitch. And, I do cover pop culture and entertainment. I also love to do reviews, do shows like this with Lorena, our Toxic Male Appreciation Show. And, we cover a lot of different things in the entertainment world, things that are pretty significant, sometimes controversial, but always a fun and enjoyable time. So please do check out my channel, Positive Fandom, and subscribe.
Yes, because we were trying to get this lady over here, this very hardworking lady here, to 8,000 subscribers over on YouTube. And of course, please do follow her over there on Twitch. And for those who haven't met me, I'm Reina Creole. I have a channel here on Twitch. I also have a channel over on YouTube where I do live streams about pop culture, science fiction, of course, and the Orlando theme parks. And I do it with my own spicy takes, but it's always a fun time, because fandom should be fun, and that's what I like to do. I like to make it fun. So we are gonna go ahead and get started. I'm so excited about this topic. Because we're like, what should we talk about? And then I think in your Sunday brunch, someone's like, well, why don't you talk about Carl Urban? And I'm like, okay, well, why don't we talk about Carl Urban? And then you're like, well, why don't we talk about The Boys? I'm like, what's that? She's like, oh, you don't know? I'm like, no, I have no idea. I do not know. So she's like, okay, well, Carl Urban is in it. I'm like, okay, sold already, but what else is going on? And she's like, yeah, you have to check it out. So I watched 3 episodes so far, and let's just say I got hooked in the first episode. Hello, FS gave me a 22. So glad that you are here. Says, I love The Boys. You know what? These were the guys I didn't know I needed in my life. Okay. Case in point, the first episode. All right. First episode, you have 2 teenage boys doing what 2 teenage nerd boys do, which is talk smack in the most vulgar way possible when no one else is, when no one else is around. And of course, they're not paying attention. They get kind of sort of kidnapped in a way. And next thing Homelander is that's him, right? The Homelander, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Homelander. So he shows up, asking if the kids are okay, and rescues them, along with the girl with the laser eyes, with the heat
Yes.
vision, say the heat vision. And one of the kids is like, hey, no, he picks up one of the guys, throws him, and they're like, hey, can we get a selfie with you? And the Homelander's like, before he even answers, the guy's body hits the top of the car, and he's deader than Elvis. Homelander's like, absolutely. I'm thinking, I love this show. I love this show. I love this show because its dark humor reminds me of the first Deadpool movie.
Yes.
Where he's just killing people left and right, and he's like, I didn't do anything. And this body slides off the side, and he's like, that was not my fault.
That's right.
It's like that dark, twisted humor that I like, and kind of like that twist on superheroes, because with the superhero films, they always seem to kind of be like way up here, and Marvel's a little bit more human in respect to DC, not as invincible as compared to DC, but still, there's some things that superheroes just don't do. Deadpool does it all, and so do these guys. So I'm absolutely hooked. So I'm so excited about this. How and when did you first find out about the show? What was your impressions
Well, I had heard about it from a very good friend of mine who is heavily into comics. And he knows that I like dark comedy. He knows I like anti-heroes. He knows I like the unusual. And he knows that I like adult shows. So this is a show meant for adults, really, adults only. And at this stage in the game, we're looking for something that is a little different and outside of the box. However, I wasn't expecting this level of that. And he had showed me the comics, and the comics looked amazing. The characters were amazing. I said, this is going to be kind of hard to recreate in live action. And he says, there is a live action show. You should check it out. And so I did. And just like you, Lorena, I was pleasantly surprised with what I saw. I haven't seen anything like this since The Watchmen, at least for me. It has a Watchmen feel. And for a long time, when The Watchmen first came out, at least for me, it was quite a revelation because we hadn't really seen superheroes like that before in live action. So they'd always been perfect or incredibly villainous. And this one kind of blurred the lines for me in a lot of cases with The Watchmen. And so it wasn't easy to replicate that in live action. But The Boys, I think that what they've done is kind of reinvigorate this notion of a group of heroes who have to cooperate with one another, but they hate each other's guts.
I know, right? And I keep going back to Deadpool. I keep doing that. Because he talks smack about all of them behind their back and to their face, you know. So it breaks like the whole I call it like the Justice League, like the Avengers, that storyline in the comics bored the heck out of me. I wasn't interested. Justice League, it was just fun to kind of laugh at because they're like, oh, everyone, you know, everyone cooperates. This one is just like, I freaking can't stand your ass. You know? Like somebody tell Aquaman, what's your superpower? You can talk to freaking fish. I don't think we really need you, you know, as much. So that adds a different dynamic to it when you get this group with a bunch of egos together and how they work together, maybe not work together, and cause all kinds of havoc. Because again, another thing that I like about this is that this show does not hold back when it comes to I'll put it this way, when it comes to gore that is necessary to get the point across, like first episode, which I freaking love. So I'm forgetting the guy's name, but I'm basically gonna call him the beta male in waiting. There's a reason why I'm calling him that. And there's this girl, you know, that he's kind of interested in, kind of sorta.
Oh, yes.
I guess they weren't really dating, but they were kind of thinking that maybe they might do it. So it's, you know, it's like that dance, you know, that you do. And they're just outside talking, and he's holding her hands, and they're talking, and it's like he's talking to her. And then all of a sudden she's gone.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, what happened?
Very, very bold.
What happened?
Yeah, what
And
the fuck?
exactly. You see his face. It looks like, you know, like when you're in a roller coaster and like the G-forces are affecting your face. It's kind of like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Then he's got like these splotches on his face. And you're just like, is that blood? And the camera pans. You see blood, you see like the mandibular jaw, you see teeth, you see you see like the spinal column. Just, and all of it is in just like one direction, and there's so much blood and so much obliteration. It's like, what the heck was that? Excuse me. Then you see one of the superheroes, aptly named A-Train. I think that's actually kind of funny. Where it's like, I can't stop, and he's covered in blood. And it's like, what? You did that. How come you can't stop? And he just doesn't, and he keeps going. And you know, beta male and Wayne is kind of sitting there like, what's? And then it hits him, and he looks down, and he's just holding two hands with nothing else attached to it. And it's just like, wow.
Yeah. You know, I think that they decided that in order for it to be real, in order for this particular series to be real, that the effects had to look real, and they couldn't kind of have it off screen. You had to see what was happening and believe it. You know, and once you figured out what happened, of course you don't know what happened initially, because nobody knows what happened. I mean, even A-Train doesn't know what happened until he realizes something happened. And of course, by that time it's too late. It was probably a millionth of a second for him, but what was the longest minute and a half for that character to have to deal with that. And it was completely devastating, completely shocking, and honestly, not an easy scene to pull off. I have no idea how they did this thing. Lorena, I'm still a little amazed by that effect. And as A-Train kind of falls out of like his superhuman speed and then goes back into it, you know, like it is almost as if he's moving so fast that faster than your eyes can move, faster than, I don't know whether it's faster than the speed of light. I don't know how fast this man is going, but it's so fast that you cannot see him.
Right. He's so fast that the only thing to hint to how fast he is the wake of blood and basically human remains that you see floating, I want to say in a timeline, so to speak. That's the only way that you can figure out what's going on, and to know that that amount of devastation, dude must have been going extremely fast. And for maybe like what's a millisecond to him, kind of like, did I hit something? Okay, I can't stop. I don't see anything. It keeps going because in his mind, he can't see anything. But, you know, beta guy is just like trying to process what's going, and he still can't process what's going on. And that's when they break into the fact that superheroes are actually like I want to say like a mega conglomerate, so to speak. And I'd never seen that before. And that just kind of kicked things off where you start to, meet all of the personalities that are, that are in there. We have Homelander, who is kind of like the anti-Captain America. The Deep, who I guess is the I don't want to call him dollar store Aquaman because that's not particularly fair, but we'll call him, the mer guy or fish guy. Pretty much is what they have there. We have one who's kind of like reminiscent of Wonder Woman.
Yes, Maeve. She is like, I hadn't thought about that. She is like Wonder Woman, isn't she?
Very, very much so. I noticed that, and
Yeah.
In a way, I think it's kind of like she's Wonder Woman, kind of like what Wonder Woman really wants to say when she has to deal with these mofos,
Yes. Huey, that's his name. Huey's the one who you were talking about, Lorena, and that's FS Gamia 22's favorite character is Huey. That's his name, the gentleman who was outside and the person he was talking to.
Oh, yeah. Because I liked what happened with him, and that goes kind of in hand with like the whole toxic male thing, because he didn't really want to do anything at first.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to sign a settlement with I think this is very funny. They actually have a YouTube channel. Val International has a YouTube channel. They went all in on
I
this.
didn't know that. I gotta subscribe.
Matter of fact, I can do that right now. I didn't know. It's like it's a mega conglomerate where they have like their core amount of people, like the anti-Justice League, but for profit, and there's superheroes that they can rent out, to you to fight crime. So Huey has to deal with this, the fact that they don't seem to want to help him, but he's still trying to figure out how to fight in his own way. Excuse me. Eventually winds up running into Karl Urban's character, who I didn't even really know that it was him. I swear he's one of those actors where, because his American accent is so good, isn't he Australian?
He's from either Australia or New Zealand. And he is smoking hot in this show, Lorena.
He is smoking hot. He is dirty.
He's raw.
He is raw. He looks like he just fell out of the TV series Miami Vice. Like, I want to think he's like, he looks like the Russian arms dealer.
Yeah.
And he has the same kind of attitude, especially considering the people that he flipping knows. And he's the one who tries to get through to Huey, like, you're just gonna let him do that to your girl and you're okay with that? Kind of like you're not man enough to get justice against the people who killed your girl. What did you think of that?
I thought it was important because it established, I mean, at first you're amazed by how amazing what you've just seen is, but then it's shocking because it's also how horrible what you've seen is. And at the same time, it's amazing and horrible at the same time. And then the fact that, and I'm not necessarily putting all the blame on A-Train, but like when he runs away, it's almost as if, and I know he was rushing off to do something else. It's just, it felt so like what happened was so insignificant. And the magnitude of what did happen, which was terribly significant, kind of got swept under the rug. And then I think that Huey just kind of felt that this was something that needs attention. And so I think that Karl Urban's character, who he and of course the other guy who plays Mother's Milk, have this sense of, this, what's going on. It's more than just, what happened to Huey on the sidewalk. There are other things going on that need to be dealt with, and they need to be dealt with now. And I think that the audacity of Karl Urban's character going ahead and deciding that he's going to be leading this team of individuals to find out what the hell is going on with these superheroes. Why do we keep seeing things like this, like what Huey experienced? And to come out with the scene like that, as I said, it's both the most amazing thing you've ever seen and the most horrifying thing that I think a person would have to experience at the same time. It just really was shocking. So I think that the need to investigate what's going on, especially since nobody, like at that immediate moment where he's kind of alone after it happens, he's very alone and he's in shock. Huey doesn't know what to do. This has never happened to him before, and it probably won't happen to a lot of people. He's like, what just happened? What? And then when he comes to the realization of what has happened, I think that that's when he starts to accept that he needs to do something. And Karl Urban's character is the clue to that. He's the one who has this just drive, and I'm not even quite sure how to describe it entirely, but he has this resilience. And it's maybe another trait for some of these male characters who are so strong and determined. I don't have any doubt in my mind what this man is thinking. Like, I know where he stands, and I really like that. I love that we know what to expect from him. And, he is just, I don't know. He's just so incredible.
He's the kind of character and also actor where as soon as they roll in, they're about business. And the way that he presses Huey, like, come on, no, you can do it. And Huey's basically like, no, I can't do it. Pretty much I need a bag over my head because I can't breathe. And I don't know if I can do this. He's just like, dude, really? I have faith in you. You can do this. It's kind of like, no, actually, you're going to do this. You don't know that you're going to do this, but I'm going to convince you to go in there and do this because it's bigger than you.
Yes.
But
he'll do it with snarky remarks and stuff. I'm not that clever, but he'll come up with like, you pussy whipped.
Yeah, he said basically you need to just sack up and do this.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of man are you to let somebody, kill your woman and you're not like on a mission from God to make these mofos pay? Just like, I'm disgusted just looking at you.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, we're disgusted.
But he says it in this way that character, and I don't know why I can't remember the character's name, but only he can say it that way. And he reads you. Like, he'll say, oh, you think you're so smart. And then it's like, bam, bam, bam. And he's read you in a few sentences and, tells you to like, get your butt in gear and get to it, and there really is nothing wrong with Huey. He's just a different personality, very different personality.
Exactly. He's very, it seems like he's very mild mannered, but only because the right set of circumstances haven't happened to him. So to kind of like to fast forward a little bit, because when this scene happened, literally I froze in front of the TV. Like, he did what? So what had happened? I know I'm kind of fast forwarding a little bit because then we're going to get into the characters. Translucent, who isn't the Invisible Man, who I kept calling the Invisible Man. The one complaining about how many, their merch sales going down and how many points they had invested in it. And then they're all squabbling over, you got 4? Yeah, this dude, he's a complete a-hole because he's like, hides out in the ladies' bathroom, I guess co-ed bathroom or whatever, and he's invisible and whatnot. But anyway, they wind up capturing this dude, Billy Butcher, and let's just say his French male friend, who's a man of many talents, let's put it that way,
Yes.
probably including torture and arms trafficking as well. But anyway, they capture Translucent and try to figure out a way to kill him. So they finally figure out the way to actually destroy him is to put basically a bomb in his ass. I'm like, okay, that does make sense. And he's like, yeah, in case you touch it down there, or I got the detonator right here. And I'm like, oh my God, that's like something else. And Huey's like talking to him eventually. And, Translucent's like, they're not good people, for you. And Huey pretty much doesn't like what Translucent, says to him. And eventually Translucent talks him into letting him out. He gets out, but he talks him into letting him go because Huey's got the detonator. And he's just like, don't, basically paraphrasing, don't let these guys, play you. They're not your friends. They're going to wind up killing you. And you know that. And I know that. And it's like Huey lets Translucent go. And he's like, yeah, good man, condescending, good man, good man. So Huey's kind of like, do I believe him? Do I believe Billy Butcher and the Frenchie guy? Or what? And then he sees this old poster that says keep your hands clean, and he's replaying stuff in his mind, and his expression just changes, and he pushes the detonator, and there's freaking blood everywhere on him, on his face, and just his expression just changes. Like, yeah, I freaking did that. And then when Billy Butcher and the other guy comes in, he's kind of like starts freaking out, like, oh my God, I can't freaking believe I did that. And then Billy's like, no, mate, you did us a favor. They're cleaning up the mess. I could not believe. I was glad I saw it. I'm like, yeah, they kind of needed to do that because this dude just thought he was completely invincible. But in the end, because Huey was just like, I cannot let this sleazy so-and-so get away with it. Boom. He just does that. Hey, Darth Megatron, would he set off the bomb if he farted? Probably.
And this show, there really isn't, sort of like an area that's off limits. So
no. No, there isn't.
I think that it is refreshing to the thing about it is that we're hearing what I think a lot of people are thinking. We're hearing these things out loud. And I think what's interesting is that in Peacemaker, we heard that too, but it was in a different approach. I think Peacemaker was a bit less glandular. We heard verbally what people were thinking, but we didn't experience the same level of gore, at least from what I could see, that you see.
Darth Megatron is killing me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I think that, when we look at these characters that they have, they're incredibly dynamic, and their personalities are so strong. Nobody overpowers another personality. It's not easy to get a team, a group of actors to make an ensemble like this and for it to be, something that you can rewatch over and over again, because I've watched these episodes over and over and over again because they're just so good. Even the parts without people exploding, the interactions are wonderful. And I think that the characters themselves have the perfect amount of motivation, each of them. So while they're all doing their own thing and want different things in life, oftentimes they find themselves fighting, for the same thing. Now, it almost feels somewhat coincidental, as you said, Lorena. Huey was, questioning what is he doing? And then at a moment, he presses the button and then he knows exactly what he's doing. But Butcher and the other guy were not expecting him to do that.
No.
So it ends up working out, and that's the final situation. And then, but it was these circumstances that seem to happen to these characters in such a roundabout way. That wasn't the plan, like that wasn't supposed to happen. Or
like,
yeah,
I guess
exactly.
we don't have to do that now. Okay.
Yeah.
We were going to have him clean up the body, but apparently we can go ahead and do it.
Exactly. And I also want to say that the show, although it has some younger characters in it, is a show of people who are somewhat mature. And so, I like that they're taking a somewhat mature perspective on this. Mm-hmm. I think that 20-year-olds are probably more optimistic than the way that some of these older characters have lived and seen a lot of shit go down. And so their attitudes are a little different compared to, I'd say, let's just say optimistic youth. And we kind of see that in Starlight, right?
Yes.
Where she's like, oh no, I can't do that. Like, she's very, but after all, she's a superhero who would have to kill someone if she had to. But she's very optimistic about it, like she's looking on the bright side of possibly having to kill others, and I think that that's a very interesting approach because, of course, she's optimistic. She's young, she's beautiful, she's got her whole life ahead of her. But you can certainly see that the experiences that the other characters have had, and it's been a lot of stuff, has kind of changed them a little bit from the way they started, except for maybe Homelander, who I think was always maybe a bit of an SOB all along, but that's okay.
Yeah. You could kind of see, especially the scene, which I called it. I didn't really mind that I'd called what was going to happen because I'm like, are they really going to do that? When I don't think he was the mayor, maybe he was, of Baltimore, who basically said, your price for your superhero to come to my city is a little too high. And you don't want that rumor about, what was it, Serum V? Or was it?
Yes, Serum, yes, Compound V.
Compound V. It's like, it's a rumor, but, I can quelch that rumor for you, obviously, quote unquote, for a price. And, so he gets the call back, and I'm forgetting. Oh, I forget what her name is. The actress's name is she's blonde. The actress.
Oh yeah, her name is I know, she's in the Karate Kid. She was in
I'm real embarrassed. Okay, is it Elizabeth Shue?
The older woman or the younger one?
The older one. You know what?
Yeah, it's Elizabeth Shue.
I have IMDb in here. It's Elizabeth Shue. Okay,
yeah,
okay. So she basically says, yeah, we'll give you a discount. And I'll be, happy if you keep this under wraps. He's like, okay, cool. Get on the plane. I'm thinking he's not making it to Baltimore. No. He's not making it. And they show the plane and, the kids in the plane. Of course, he's got the autograph signed by Homelander and they're looking. I'm like, no. They're not. I'm like, they're not going to do this. They're not going to send a plane down with a kid in it, are they? I'm like, but they got to, though. And then you see Homelander out there and he's like, Dad, isn't that your friend? And he just uses that heat vision to cut the plane in half. I'm like, dang it, they actually went there. I did not expect for that to happen. I didn't think that they were going to go that far. Yes, and they showed it. The whole plane getting cut in half and breaking apart. Nah, there's no freaking coming back from that whatsoever. FS Gamia for 22 says, so true. The chemistry is incredible. Such a rewatchable show. You are absolutely right. I mean, it's taken me longer to get through the episodes because I keep rewinding back to stuff that I like, because it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Or I didn't expect this to happen. So it's rewatchable, and I really do like this show. I really do like it. So let's see. So let's go. Actually, speaking of let's see, do we going to go to Karl Urban first?
Yeah.
Since we kind of talked about him. Okay, we'll go with Karl. We'll go with Karl Urban first, who's a version of Judge Dredd. Yes. I've been told I need to see. But he was in the Star Trek reboots. I do remember him in those. And I did like him. His in the first Star Trek reboot movie.
The
I don't know.
'09 one?
Yes.
Check Its Darkness?
Yes, Into Darkness, where you meet him for the first time as McCoy.
Yes.
He channeled DeForest Kelly. Oh my gosh. With the way he was complaining about everything, and it was dead on.
It was so good.
Like McCoy. That had to be my favorite reboot of the character, so to speak, because I met DeForest Kelly at a convention when he was living, and he was on
Ah,
stage with the rest of his cast members. It was at a creation convention in California, I believe. And they were all on stage, and just listening to them talk about stories from the original series, and DeForest Kelly just joking the way that he does. And it was just cool to see. I loved it. So his stint as McCoy was amazing. Hey, BK Panther says, "Hey,
Hi.
ladies, hello, hello, hello. Good to
Yeah,
see
he's
you
incredible.
here."
I think he did such a wonderful job with McCoy, and the facial expressions alone were worth it. He didn't even have to speak; just the expressions on his face certainly
Mhm.
captured a lot of that. And I don't know if DeForest Kelly was alive when the film was made, but I'm sure even he would have raised a few eyebrows of that character.
Oh, I believe it. Oh, he's from New Zealand. Okay.
Yes, he's
Okay.
a Kiwi. Do they call him a Kiwi?
Yes, Kiwi.
And
Kiwi humor.
yeah, so he has that really cool accent. I love that accent. But Lorena, you also know him from another very, very famous film, Lord of the Rings.
That's right. I do. I do. I forgot that he was in Lord of the Rings.
He was.
Okay.
Now, I don't remember the character that he played, but he looked amazing in that film. He was one of the fighters, I guess, for, I can't remember the character. I'm just pretend that I know the name.
Yeah,
But
I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember which one he was. Dang it. Shows you how much of a normie I am about Lord of the Rings, because I didn't read the books. Although I am listening to the Twin Towers, not Twin Towers, excuse me.
the
Fellowship.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Fellowship. So I'm listening to that one being read by Andy Serkis, and
Nice.
I love it being read. It's so cool. So what else? So he was in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I think a lot of people would probably recognize him right away from that.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to go
see
down
what
a
else he was in.
little bit more. Let's see. BK Panther says Karl Urban was in a short-lived TV show called Almost Human or Similar. I didn't really like the show in the first few episodes, but it grew on me, and I was bummed when it got canceled.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I see it down here. All right, let's see here. Let's open this up because I have not heard of that.
yeah, I didn't know about that.
Almost Human.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
it
he
was on
is.
Fox.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, okay.
An outcast cop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to say it with the movie announcer, of course. Isn't that oh, that's shoot. Oh God, Michael Ealy. He's so hot. That's
Yes, I
him right
love his
there.
eyes. Yeah, that's right.
I'm embarrassed I
Together,
didn't watch this show.
a new era of justice.
Oh, it's so freaking cool.
I'm not going to say who directed it, but I'm not going to say that name anymore.
The director that shall not be named.
Yeah, he looks hot too. Oh my gosh, Almost Human.
Human. Yeah, this might be one to check out.
Yeah, he looks good in this.
Looks extremely good.
Yeah.
Darth Megatron 69 said they put Karl Urban in a Star Wars movie and all he plays is a stormtrooper. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
And
that's crazy.
I did see that. And it's just like that's what you do with Karl Urban. Seriously. He goes from being in, Lord of the Rings, and you just put him as in Rise of Palpatine, which I refuse to hit the play button on. I just no, I can't. I can't. I can't. He was in Thor Ragnarok?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he
All right.
was.
Well, who was he in Thor Ragnarok?
That's a good question.
That is an extremely good question. I don't know what he was in Ragnarok. Maybe he wasn't credited, but I have no idea who he was, and that's
I don't
677
either.
pictures. So I'm not going to go through go through go through all those. But
it says uncredited at the.
okay, so
Oh,
it's whoever
Scourge.
Scourge was,
Okay.
who I don't know.
I don't either.
Scourge. I don't. Yeah. Unfortunately, Karl, I do not know who that person is, who that character is. But if I go back and I watch Ragnarok, which wasn't one of my favorites, but it was definitely better than Dark World. I'll tell you that much. I did not like that one. BK Panther says there was a lot of banter between Karl and his co-star. It was funny. Okay, and Almost Human. It looks that way.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It's an interesting thing to check out. I like that. And Woodrow, hello there, says Lord of the Rings is a boring book. You didn't miss anything. Hundreds of pages of walking with nothing happening against singing elves. You know what, dude? That's the reason I didn't read it when I was younger, because I was into sci-fi and I'm just like, why do that does not look interesting to me. Now, I'll tell you this much. I did like the Hobbit cartoon. That is one of my favorite animated movies is The Hobbit. Not enough to make me want to read it, that's for sure. But I liked, but I liked seeing it. But yes, it's a lot of walking, a lot of singing, lots of walking around, finding stuff, walking around. But listening to Andy Serkis read it, it's much more entertaining. But no, I really, to this day, I don't think I'm gonna pick up the book ever and read it. Darth Megatron 69 says he played Kate Blanchett's sidekick Simp. Why do I not recall this dude's face?
No,
Okay,
I don't remember.
he was her simp. All right. I'm gonna have to go back and look just for that. That's funny. Let's see. We already said Star Trek Beyond.
Oh, right, I forgot. That's something else. He was in the Chronicles of Riddick. I forgot.
Oh,
you remember? He was Thandie Newton's partner.
Yes. Oh, that was hot.
That was so hot. That was so hot.
That was hot.
And she was like, you've got to take over. You've got to do something. And he's like, yeah, that looks so cool.
Dang it. I knew something was in my brain that I remembered him for it. I did like him in Riddick.
Yeah. Yeah. The necromancer way. The necromancer way. I'm still not even entirely sure what that is, but it doesn't matter.
No, he just looked good. That's all I freaking cared about. That's all I cared about. Riddick was one of those movies where how would I say it? We'll just say the prequel, which was Pitch Black. Yeah, I just remember Vin Diesel just shaving his head bald with a piece of shape, like a broken mirror or something like that, and engine oil. It was so freaking hot. Anyway,
I like the part where he escapes from the hole, I guess, or I think it was that film, and I don't even know if it's him doing this stunt.
It's not. I know who a stunt guy is.
Okay, well, thank you, stunt guy. You know the one where he's like rolls his body up on the rope, and I'm like, oh my god! Every roll, I was like, oh god, this is too good. Yeah.
That was David Palfy, who I got to meet in person years ago. Yeah, he was like, Yeah, Vin didn't do those stunts.
Okay.
I did. I was like, oh, okay, well, here, you can sign this here
Yeah, those
poster
are
then
not
for me.
easy stunts. I mean, like
No.
that's maybe the cream of the crop when it comes to stunts. To do something like that, I've never really even. It's something that only a master, like somebody from Cirque du Soleil, could do. But you were so lucky to meet that person.
Yeah, it was cool. I did not expect to, and met him at a Stargate convention. So that was pretty cool.
Wow,
I
that's
thought it was awesome.
incredible. But that film had so many cool things in it. Just the art direction alone was just unbelievable. The look of that, futuristic world, so to speak, or
Hmm.
this group. It was just unbelievable. I loved Pitch Black. I did like Riddick as well. And I didn't, I haven't seen the final one. This one, I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen the Chronicles of Riddick,
Yeah,
but
I've seen the Chronicles of Riddick.
I haven't seen this film yet. This is the last one, right?
Yeah, I think so. Rule the Dark.
I hope I'm saying the right thing. Because I
Um,
know there was Pitch Black, and then there was the Chronicles of Riddick, and then the last one
mhm.
is Riddick.
Yeah, that one I didn't see. Mostly
The
because I was kind of disappointed in Chronicles of Riddick. Story wise, eye
Mhm.
candy wise, it was freaking gorgeous. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna flip and lie
Well, those
at all.
necromancers are badass. I mean, I
They
know it's
really are.
horrible. Apparently, they do horrible things, but
Yeah, but it was such a cool
incredible.
movie.
Very, very sexy, dark. Future sci-fi, fantasy. Shocking kind of mind control stuff. Yes, please.
Hmm. Give us more. We freaking love that. Absolutely love that. And of course, he was in Dread,
Yes.
which I was kind of loath to watch because I liked the version that had Sylvester Stallone in it.
Yeah.
And I'm always wary of reboots. However, I've been told that this version of Dread is more like the comic version from what people have been telling me. So if you're in the
Wow.
chat and you are familiar with Judge Dredd from the comics, you will have to let me know if you think that trying to make that stop. If you think that Carl Urban's version is closer to the comics. I like the Sylvester Stallone version. Of course, it was very 80s.
Yeah, of
It
course.
was very, very 80s. The jokes about in this time all restaurants are Taco Bell.
Hmm.
What do you mean Pitch Black or Riddick? I'm a little behind on
Which one?
comic.
We've shot through a few.
Yeah.
Woodrow. Uh,
Yeah, let us know. But yeah, this one which I really did want to see how Carl Urban
well, I guess
does
we're
in
gonna have
this.
to watch it one of these days.
Oh, the new
Oh, the
Dread.
new.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I guess we're gonna
Cool.
have to put it on the list, Lorena.
Ooh, I think so. Watch for free on okay. We'll have to see what we can do because I have never seen Judge Dredd. This one, you haven't seen it. So yeah,
No, I haven't.
that's probably gonna have to go on the first time movie watch
Yes.
party list because I'm definitely interested.
Well,
Definitely
it
interested
looks
in seeing that.
damn good. I mean, he looks really
Yes.
good.
I love that. Ugh.
He does have a really good body. I mean,
Oh yeah, he definitely does. He does, and that's part of course, that's part of his appeal. He does have a very very nice, very fit body,
yes.
which fits these roles that I will say, requires channeling a lot of masculinity to play. Whether he's all trussed up like this with a helmet on, or if he's just sitting in the car like get in loser.
Very true.
He
Very true.
just has that look and that and that gravitas. and that gravitas to him. And dang, I'm looking forward to watching
Yeah, and there's
Dread.
no fooling this man, this character, Billy Butcher. You can't, you're not getting anything over him. You know, he's if you shock him, he knows what to do. You know what I mean? Like he's like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like
He didn't even think twice about taking a tire iron to the translucent guy. I mean, spit blood on him to find out where exactly he was.
That's right. It's
That
a
was-
marker.
That was gangster. I freaking like that.
Oh God, he's so
man.
good. He's like 20 steps ahead of all of us. It's like just a mastermind. But he's very low key about it. He's very low key. You know, he's not kind of when I say that, I mean he doesn't advertise it to everybody, but you know, I just love it so much, Lorraine.
I do. Even when he told Huey, he's like, how did you know shocking him would work? And he gives him the nerdiest explanation, and he's kind of like, I wouldn't have even thought about that. So he like gave him props. It was kind of like, maybe you are useful. You know? Oh, that was hilarious. So we're gonna switch over here to another actor from The Boys, which would be Jack QUAID here. And let's see. So he is. Oh
Huey.
wait, he's okay. Okay,
Yeah, he is Huey.
So he's Huey. I really did like him.
And he is Dennis Quaid's son. Is that who he is?
Really?
Well, I'm not sure.
Oh, we're gonna find out right now because that's what we do on this show. Let's see. Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's cute.
He is very, very he's so cute and he's adorable.
Yeah.
He's like that cute, adorable nerd that works at the comic store.
Yes.
You know? When you walk in, they're just like, what do you need? Yeah. What do you need? I heard you like such and such and so and so. I got it right here. You know, well, there's a bunch of guys like, I was here for whatever.
No, he beat you to it. He's been looking for you all week. That's why.
Yes, like she's in here so and so date. You know, maybe she'll come. Is she coming today? Is she going to be here today? Is she going to show up today?
But what he does, he says, "Come over to the counter. I got something to show you." And he's got you now. Like you're going to go. You know, and then the other guys are like, "Damn, that was a good line." You know, like.
How do you get her to talk to you? How do you do that? I freaking hate you. How did you? Well, you know, you just talk to them like they're people. Meanwhile, he's like, I was freaking scared to death, but I found my way in there. You know, kind of like when he's trying to explain to his girlfriend in the beginning, like the Bluetooth studio, how all how all the stuff works, going into detail and all that stuff. Kind of like that, but he's so cute and adorable that you can't help but feel bad for him when this happens, even though there wasn't much of not like a serious connection, but you can tell that kind of interaction was difficult for him. Phrasing. Okay, what did I say?
Did we say something? We said something.
Did I say something?
What did we do?
Did I say something and forgot to do this?
Hey, phrasing.
What did we do? Oh my God. Sorry.
Whoops.
Well, something I noticed is that the other men, like when something messed up happens, or I was going to say effed up, but when something happens and stuff does happen in the show, Huey's always the one who's like, oh my God, like this.
I know.
But the other men are like, whoa, you know, like their reactions, they have like a different, honestly, just a different approach to all this. Cause they're like, maybe they can, you know, like they've seen a little bit more or have more experience, but Huey's like, you know, he used to cover his eyes.
I know, like
the other guys are like, hell no, we're not going to stand for this, or you know, like
he kind of like, what's it like to kill somebody, you know, or something like that, and he was just like, can't believe that you're gonna do this, like you're not gonna kill him, are you?
He's like this conscience, of the group, more or less, in a way. And I think that he feels justified in being that because of what he's experienced. I mean, you know,
Right.
He looks like the sweetest guy in the world, but he's seen things that are what did we
Oh,
say?
sorry. Said something about he said something about putting it in. Okay. I mean, my brain didn't go there, but you know,
Okay.
you had to bring it up.
Well, this is a discussion about the boys, so we might have a few slip ups there.
Yeah, you'll
So
have to forgive us for that or laugh
yes,
at it. It's okay.
yes,
It's okay.
yes. We're it's fully unintentional. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
We can't help ourselves. The nature of the show
My brain
is.
always goes. But you are so right. Huey is like the conscience of this, we'll say motley crew that
Right.
finds himself, you know, together. He's the one who's like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, or, you know, kind of wait and think. The other guy's like, no, we just go ahead and freaking, you know, do it. And with Huey, it's like he'll either do something after he's thought about it, or there's something that just clicks in him that just says do it without thinking about it, and then afterwards start freaking out about what happened.
Yes. He's not fully committed to anything one way or another, and
Mhm.
so I think it's because of how well in real life this man is what in his 30s, 92. No, wait a minute, he's 20 years old. 2000. This is 1992 is when he was born.
92. Yeah.
So how? No, 30. He's 30.
Mhm.
92. 2002. Yeah, he's 30, right, Lorena?
Mhm. Yeah, he's 30.
And my inability to do simple math.
Happens to all of us, man.
Well, he should be at an age where a lot of those decisions have been made mentally.
Mhm.
But in a world like the boys, it still be pretty hard for someone without experience. So, but he's absolutely adorable. And, I think that, I date him, like this character, let's say, not the person, but the character. He's nice. He's a nice guy.
He really is. He's a nice guy. He wants to do, you know, what's right. I want to say do what's right, but with what's in his comfort zone, you know, to do. Like he's on a mission to, you know, make his girlfriend's death relevant, to make it worth something. And that's like what he's determined to do. Although he didn't really think that he was going to have to infiltrate, you know, a superhero stronghold and plant a bug. It's kind of like, whoa, I did not sign on for, for something like that. Can I do something different, like maybe protest or something like that? So
Right. This is not what he thought he would be doing. Maybe he would buy like, a fundraiser ticket or something.
Yeah, like maybe, you know, something more, you know, more in his lane, more, you know, in his comfort zone. And it's like you gotta love him for it, because he's trying to do the right thing. Woodrow says the boys comic book had a lot more sex in it than even the show does.
Yeah. It's a
Oh.
good comic book. It's really good. If you like graphic comics and indie comics, well, maybe it wasn't an indie comic, but if you like comics with sex in it, it's great.
I'll make a mental note of that.
Yeah.
I think I let's put it this way. I'll probably just watch the show. It's like with anime. I don't want to read the manga really unless I'm forced to. There's one now where I'm going to be forced to read the manga because Netflix only animated the first part of they only animated the first part of the manga. So I need to finish reading the manga to find out what the heck happened before it airs. But that's just me. Don't judge me. I'm just getting used to watching.
No one's judging you.
I'm just now starting to purposely choose the subtitle version over the dubbed version of anime.
Okay.
So I'm getting there. Slowly I'm getting there. Let's see. FS Smuggler 22 says he's 30, but the character is in mid 20s. I believe it. He's got that awkward, like, people really do stuff like this, kind of like that naivete going on. And yes, he is. He's a total sweetheart.
Oh yeah.
You know, he really is. And I'm glad Butcher is there to put his foot in his ass to get because that's actually what he needs. He doesn't have this particular life experience. Like, as far as he was concerned, he's just going on about his life, but then all of a sudden dealing with these superheroes has intruded, onto his life, and he's
Yeah.
not, he's not the same. He's seen what can happen when this goes wrong.
Yeah. He can't go back to the electronics store.
No, nah, he can't. He just can't. Hey, Steve Bax 1964, aka Lugnut, says hello to two diamond jewels of sensual
Oh.
delights and dreams,
Oh my
Lorena and
gosh.
Wow. He's so flirty, isn't he?
Yes, I love it. Thank
He's so
you.
flirty. Just makes my day, makes our day
Yes.
here and stuff like that.
Yes.
Thank you, my dear. FS Gamia says, I keep probably saying it wrong. It's FS Gamia 22, right? Okay. I think so. Okay, I'm sorry. It's after work. I'm so bothered right now. I love how realistic his reactions are, because before his girlfriend's murder, he lived a very sheltered life. He really did. He really did, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. And he was very happy with things. And, this really derailed him in a way.
Especially how gory it was and how it was depicted.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that visual really hit home, that it's just like, stuff can go south real fast. Like the last thing that you ever expect is like one day, you're kissing this chick, the next day, your next nanosecond, you're holding two bloody stumps and gone. It's something else. Absolutely. Let's see what I didn't watch the Hunger Games, and I didn't watch the Screen reboot.
I did watch the Hunger Games, and I don't remember him from the Hunger Games, but I watched all of the Hunger Games. So I should remember, but it's been a while since I've watched the Hunger Games. But I watched all of them, like more than once. So I have no,
Let's see. He was in Lower Decks. Well,
I've never watched Lower Decks either.
I never have, and when somebody told me it was better than Star Trek Discovery, I said, "Nah, I still don't. No. I'll pass. Thank you very much."
Is there anything else?
Let's see. I don't see. Looks like a couple of like little things. Nothing that I've seen. It looks like a lot of shorts. He was in a video game, Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor, a TV series called Vinyl, which I've never heard of before.
I haven't heard of it either.
I hadn't heard of that. Workaholics, I hadn't heard of before. Let's see, Harvey Girls Forever, haven't heard of that one. So it looks like a lot of bit parts, but consistent bit parts that he's had. And then of course, Lower Decks. Lower Decks, FS Gaming 22. Lower Decks is so good, and please watch +1.
Oh.
Okay. +1 is such a good rom-com. Oh, okay. Okay. +1. I have to put that one. Why does this sound familiar? Hang on.
Yeah, let's look at it.
It sounds very familiar for some reason. I watch way too much TV. +1, 10 Wedding. I have heard of this. Haven't watched it. But apparently it's like wedding season. And, it's like you get invited to all these weddings, but you don't have a date. So
yes,
the +1. Okay. This looks like fun.
Yeah.
I have heard of this. Oh, and you can watch it on Hulu. Oh, okay.
Excellent.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you for that recommendation, FS. I appreciate that. I thank you for that. Let's see. She also says, sorry if I misgender. FS Gaming 22 says, and LOL, no worries on pronunciation. I just love that I get to talk about the boys like this. Glad to hear it.
Yes.
Glad to hear it. Yeah. I'm sincerely loving this show. Let me tell you. Let's see what else. Okay, so with Lower Decks, of course, The Boys. I don't know. Is that a biopic about
Yeah,
Ethan
probably.
Runner?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
And My Adventures with Superman. Is this the animated?
I don't know.
This is
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Clancy Brown. Oh, he used to do Cleveland Brown's voice. That's what I remember. I love,
Good show.
I love the Cleveland Show.
Yeah, that was a
Oh
good
my
show.
gosh, I love that. I did not watch Family Guy that much because it just kind of like bored me. But the Cleveland Show, oh my god, I was in stitches watching that. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is what I thought it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were right on that one.
Yeah, for some reason.
I had no idea that he was in doing an animated Superman show.
I forgot his name, but I think this was before you joined Toxic Femme, because there was some controversy around this particular artwork because this is not Lois Lane. They claim for it to be Lois Lane, and I'm kind of like,
That looks like a boy.
yes, exactly. Exactly. Looks like a boy. And Trey Michael, who's sometimes in our chat over on Toxic. For those who don't know, her and I are on a show on YouTube along with me and Infinity called Toxic Femininity.
Yes.
We get on there and we give, a female opinion on pop culture and news and all that over on Midnight's Edge on YouTube. And we were basically talking about it. She looks like a guy. She looks like a guy. Jimmy Olsen's black. And Trey Michael had actually redone, or let's say, plussed up the artwork so that Lois Lane actually looked like a woman. Jimmy Olsen back to being a white guy with red hair. And he'd gotten a lot of flack for that. So that's why I remember this show.
With her pose, like, we don't stand like that.
No. Exactly. Exactly. We were just like, what the frick is up with this? So this is supposed to come out, I guess next year, 2023. So now that I know he's doing the voice, I'm gonna keep my eye on this. Yes,
Yeah.
Larry Lane. Larry Lane. Yeah. I said, no, can't deal with that. So that looks like what he's up to, but he's in The Boys, so he's busy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing that he has.
Absolutely, and he has a pretty prominent role in it as well. So
absolutely, I love his role. Love his role.
Yeah.
Woodrow says, to be fair to A-Train, she was standing in the street, technically jaywalking. What was she, like 2 steps from the curb? Is that what they were saying? That she was.
Well, that's what they kind of are arguing, that she put herself in the street and that she shouldn't have been in the street, and all that sort of stuff. But in the end, it doesn't really matter, because it was just a tragedy that happened, and they can't take it back. This isn't the kind of thing that can be fixed.
Exactly. And also brought up the case of like, well, they can't be sued because it is, collateral. Not to say that it doesn't mean anything, but it is, in a way, it is collateral damage. It's like, how many superhero movies have we seen where they're trying to save people? They can't save everybody, and it's like a building falls on somebody,
Right.
Yeah. So that's Jack QUAID. I'm looking forward to what he gets more involved in. BK Panther says, yeah, The Boys shows the dark side to superpowers. Yes, absolutely. Which is why I love this so much. So the next toxic male that we have, I'm only on. I just finished episode 3 of the first season, so. Keep an eye out, because something tells me we might be doing a watch party of some of these episodes.
Oh, really? I love that.
We might be. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
I'll remember that.
Okay. All right. Let's see. We have Antony STARR, the Homelander. This dude. This dude is like Captain America just said, F all of y'all. He just has this sanctum. I want to say, when you meet him, he seems like he's so, upstanding, always wants to do the right thing, even if he's just, you know, throwing perps and letting them hit cars and stuff like that. But he just seems like he's the kind of just all American, whatever. And that seems to be who he is until you see him doing stuff like threatening the deep, very subtly, but doing it, taking down a plane just because Elizabeth Shue just might get blackmailed. And he just kind of heard that conversation going on. So you kind of realize he has got this really just sadistic streak going on. And it makes you wonder if he's doing that in the first season, what's going to happen further on down the
Wait till you
down the
see,
line.
Lorena. Wait till you see.
I'm there. I'm there all for it. I'm all freaking for it. Woodrow says, I love Antony Starr. He was awesome in Banshee with Sloane. Oh, he was in Section 31 from DS9? I can't believe I don't remember this.
What?
He was awesome in Banshee with Sloane from DS9 Section 30, Section 31 as a surprisingly buff gangster and former Amish. Totally different acting in that show. I do not remember him from DS9. Hang on, we got to look this up. We have definitely got to look this up because...
He was in DS9? Oh my God.
Let me see.
I love this actor. Another Kiwi.
Because
or was he?
Let's see.
I didn't know he was in DS9.
I didn't know he was either. I'm not seeing it here, or just maybe IMDb doesn't go back that far. Whoever's updating on his IMDb page. No, his co-star in Banshee was. Oh, okay. So his co-star, who was in this show, was in Section 31. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. Okay, yeah. I gotcha. I'm with you now. So let's see. I love this picture.
I love him so much.
So something is not quite right with this dude.
Yeah. But they did a good job of making him represent that look that everybody wants to see when they think of a hero.
Exactly.
And of course he's a villain. He is a villain, but no one knows that he is a villain. But he's 100%, narcissistic, all those traits of a villain. He's not, you see, like, at least with Magneto, he's evil, but no one knows that Homelander is bad. That's what makes it so good, is that he is terrible. God, I love him.
It's just like this motherfucker. Did he just really?
Yes, he did.
Eavesdropping on people.
He's got like personal insecurities that a child would have. He's he gets upset and it's like, and he can like destroy the entire planet. So it's like he's almost like one of those characters in one of those Twilight Zone episodes where it's a child and they want to like wish away the whole world or some crap like that. Like, he could do it. He could destroy everything. So, like, even the thought of him having that kind of power, but he also has a sense of like, in his eyes, he's got like a little bit of a envious look sometimes. Like, he looking at certain things and he has a sense of envy too. So I think that that's very interesting, when we see him and he's, he's needy for certain things maybe in a natural, but also in an unnatural way. It's absolutely intoxicating. I can't get enough of this character, and I can't wait for you to see more episodes because something happens and I couldn't stop talking about it because I was so impressed by it. But I can't say what it is because it'll spoil.
Is it in season 1 or season 2?
No, it's not. It's in 3.
It's in 3. Okay.
Yeah.
3 might be the one we're gonna have to wind up doing a watch party for.
Okay.
I was like, I need to catch between 1 and 2, but it just cracks me up about this guy because he looks like he's supposed to be the upstanding superhero, like literally the banner for superheroes. And you realize
He's got
dude
an
is
American flag
a-hole.
for a cape.
Yes, American flag for which is a blatant use of disrespect in the flag. The fact that he's got it like that. Okay, I thought it was just me.
No.
But I'm like, why the heck is he wearing the American flag as a cape, like on his back? And it's just like, we'll let them explain this. But I love it. I love it.
I
It's
love
just like
him.
I
He's
just
so
want to
good.
see just the kind of crap that
Yes.
he gets into. Because
And
even
he's so
Billy
good.
Butcher was just like, yeah, he's
What a
he
great
seems clean as a whistle, but he's not gold.
What a great combination of the two of them playing off one another, even when they're not in the same scene. Like, Butcher's planning, whatever. And then, of course, let's say, I'm not going to go too much into it, but let's just say that in encounters with one another, their ultimate goal is to, the group is to do something, right? And they know they're going to have to eventually encounter, this group of seven superheroes. And, I think that Homelander by nature loves to control things. He likes to feel that he's the one in control. He's running the show. He's the most significant person in the seven. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Like he has to feel these things. And even a whisper can shatter his opinion of that.
Yeah, he's very.
Or someone saying, I think Homelander's on his way down. If he heard that, that would be like, what did you say? Like it could have that much of an impact on him. And I think that's very interesting to have a character that has that level of insecurity, but he's just beautiful to look at too.
I know. It's like, dang, why do you have to be like that?
Yes.
Goodness.
And you're not supposed to like the villain, but it's impossible not to like this villain.
No, he's very charismatic.
Yes.
He's like televangelist charismatic.
Yes. I want you to sign your house over to me. I want you to give me all your money. Like okay.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I didn't see him in I don't think I've ever seen him in any.
Well, he's been in a lot of stuff.
He was in Xena? Oh, okay. He was in
Oh.
Xena Warrior Princess. That was like in 96.
Well, I thought he was in it, and I thought, was Karl Urban in it? There's a bunch of guys who were in Xena. Really good looking Kiwi guys who were in Xena.
Wait, because Xena was shot in New Zealand, right?
Right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right? I think so. I think it was shot in New Zealand.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of young stars when they were very, very young who were in Xena at the time. And it was in the 90s. They were probably in their maybe early 20s. So
a lot of people got not like screen credit, but the face credit, like they were in it, which would kind of make sense considering where he was living. Banshee, I've never seen this before, so let me see what it is, because just wonder if this is what I think it is. From the creator of True Blood. Really, I loved True Blood.
Yeah, that was a good series.
I did like True Blood. So this is interesting.
And that is him. That's Antony STARR.
Wow.
Say your goodbyes.
Say your goodbyes with a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay. Well, that's on Cinemax. Almost called it by another name, so I had to catch myself and actually call it Cinemax.
I know you were going to call it with the SK.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. BK Panther says, I like Jupiter's Legacy, but got canceled after one season. Really? Let's see. Jupiter. Is it on here? Might have scrolled past it. Not on this one. Okay, Jupiter's Legacy, but that got canceled in one season. Okay. There's so many other shows where they're so good, or you think that they're so good, and then they only have one season and they're done.
Yeah, it's hard, in that regard. How different would it have been if they at least gotten a few seasons? But and some of these, I don't know whether they're whether they're American shows or
Right, or just New Zealand shows.
now that's a remake, right? Wasn't Outrageous Fortune made in the 80s?
You know what? I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a New Zealand show.
Outrageous Fortune. Okay.
I suspect.
I think so. I've never heard of this one. Never heard of that one. Let's see. Rush. That might be another one that's New Zealandish. A New Zealand show.
Let's see. Melbourne's answer for a cutting edge trend in policing worldwide. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, New Zealand. New Zealand show. Let's see. Tricky Business. I don't think that these all look like they're New Zealand shows. Now, American Gothic, I haven't heard of. Haven't watched this, but I heard about it.
Mm-hmm. I never watched it.
I never did either. I like mysteries, so I'd heard of it, but didn't really like try to go and see it.
Was it around that time when we had like American Horror Story and
I think so. I think
that
so.
other one with Framke, I think it was called can't remember.
Jupiter's Legacy is a competing show. It had Josh Duhamel. Oh, Fergie's ex-husband. Okay. Okay. Yes, he used to be married to Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas.
I like that group.
I do. I won't forgive will.i.am for that crazy halftime show. What the heck was that? No wonder everybody else said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna." We said, "How are you gonna have the Black Eyed Peas and no Fergie?" No Fergie. It's just don't work.
Yeah, they should have had Fergie.
Yeah. Let's deal with that. See, American Gothic, and then of course we have The Boys. The Boys presents Diabolical. I'm Your Pusher. That's the name of an Ice-T rap track.
And The Boys Diabolical is an animated series, and I heard it was very good.
Oh, okay.
I heard it was very good. Yeah,
Okay.
It came out this year earlier, I guess maybe in January. It's like, I'm your brother, I'm your daddy, I'm your something in the alley, I'm your pusher, right? Isn't that the
Yeah.
I don't know who sang that part where they took that part from, but I remember that song.
Yeah, I remember that from one of Ice-T CDs that I had. I remember that.
Now, The Interpreter, isn't that being advertised on Amazon or Hulu or something like that?
Guy Ritchie directed it. I like Guy Ritchie's directing.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Gyllenhaal is in it. And let's see.
Does it say?
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. He's in it. Like, what he's in it? Jason Wong is in it.
It's a lot of good-looking men in it.
Yeah, I'm going to check this out.
I got to get into interpretation.
Yeah.
We got to get into interpretation. Oh, it's a military, followed by Sergeant John.
Oh.
On his last tour of duty is teamed with a local interpreter who risks his own life to carry injured men across. Yeah, we're gonna watch that.
Yeah, we're gonna watch this one.
Yeah,
we're gonna watch this one. Yeah, for some folks who don't know, interpreters in Afghanistan were just invaluable to the American military. A lot of them were in harm's way. A lot of them were killed. They were trying to get a lot of them out, like back here, to the United States. And if you've ever watched Lone Survivor, the one with Mark Wahlberg in it, yeah, there was an interpreter also in that one too. That saved his life. So yeah, The Interpreter. Okay, let's keep an eye on that one. It's in post-production. So this may be a theater film.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe in the theater film. So that's The Interpreter. And let's see, Cobweb. This one, is this like a horror movie? A boy who hears voices in his head decides to unleash them on his abusive parents.
Wow.
That is interesting.
Wow.
Horror thriller. Yeah, we'll have to see with it. 2023,
Yes.
right? I'm like, who's producing? It doesn't.
It doesn't
I was
say
gonna say,
more.
yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't sound like a Blumhouse movie.
Mhm.
But we'll see. So Cobweb and The Interpreter. So that's going to be
Yeah,
coming
those are
out
gonna be
next
good.
year, where you can
Absolutely.
see Antony STARR.
I think he was the perfect person to choose for Homelander. And, you know, I also think that he does have the image that they were looking for. They wanted to have this sort of all-American looking image, and he does it perfectly. And, you know, with a twist. So it was perfect casting. He portrays the character wonderfully. It's just a win-win. I almost wish he could have gotten an award for playing the role. I don't know what kind of award you would get for, what would be an Emmy, maybe? They qualify for Emmys, right?
Yes, they would definitely qualify for an Emmy for this.
I think
And
he probably could have been nominated for something like that, but I don't know.
he could, if he hasn't, it's a shame, because he should be, because he plays, any show is only as strong as its villain, especially with something like this. And to have a villain that is a superhero, that's like a split personality thing going on. And you have to have an actor who has enough depth to show you the face of, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like, here's, the fresh faced, I'm a superhero. You can trust me. That undercurrent of, actually, you can't. And I'm just in this for myself. That takes a lot of talent. So if he hasn't gotten an Emmy for this sucker, he really does need to get one, because I'm freaking hooked. I'm absolutely hooked. Who would have
He's
thought
great,
about
isn't
that?
he?
And then being able to play that off. Oh my God. I mean, people buy it. It's just like, why am I buying into it? It's almost like Dexter.
Yes, very much like that. And they have to carry themselves a certain way to make it believable. The whole thing is about image. And, Homelander can portray the perfect image while inside his heart is breaking. Love it so much. Oh my goodness, this man's amazing. So I got to give Antony STARR kudos for just his performance. It's just second to none as far as I'm concerned with the Homelander character.
Absolutely. And I cannot wait to see more stuff to come. Like I say, I'm hooked on the boys, and I am looking forward to us doing a live watch party of some season 3 episodes, because I can't wait.
I have one more person I just wanted to, I know that we're wrapping up, but it's the guy who plays Mother's Milk. You know the guy.
I bet you probably know him.
Yes, you do. You know who he is. And he's the one who's always wearing shirts that say like "Fight the Power," or he's a homeboy. He's wearing I think you do know who I'm talking about, but
let's see. I tell you what. Let's all take this adventure with me trying to figure out where this is. No. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Let's see.
His name is, yes, that's him.
I don't think I've seen his character yet, but I see the Public Enemy T-shirt. I want that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen his character yet.
Okay.
Wait, no, because I've only seen A-Train. That's the only brother I've seen so far in here just yet. Although there's more, so I haven't seen him. But yes, if I would have seen him, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention him, like a little honorable mention in it, because he is part of the crew. Let's say the opposing crew, if you will. With Huey, with Billy Butcher, with he's there, and there's two other characters, but he's the one I kind of wanted to just briefly touch on him. He is amazing. He really grounds the crew, because where Huey is the conscience. His name is Mother's Milk in this story. He kind of puts things into perspective. And he's the kind of person who's like, no, we're not doing that. And I love, like, he's just like, no, you know what I mean? Like, now you have those friends who are like, no, we're not doing that. Like, and the one guy's like, why can't he's like, no, we're not doing that. And then a lot of times between he and Billy, there's a lot of that going back and forth. And I think it's so important because, Billy needs someone else who's looking at things from the same perspective that he is. And they are actually, you're going to find out, I'm not going to spoil, there's no spoilers, but so often he wears shirts that'll say fight the power, or, like the food program, like with the gold chain. I know there's a name for that chain. Like you can buy them in Cuba or Miami. The thick ones, and
Dookie chain. Yeah.
Yes. And
yes,
he's badass. He's just like, he's incredible. And I just wanted to mention him because I think he was in a few Tyler Perry films. I could be wrong, but I think he was in Love and Basketball. Maybe it wasn't him, but he's made some films. Like, he's had a pretty decent career.
Let's see, he was in LA's Finest. He was in the Bobby Brown Story.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Fast and Furious 6.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Just Right. Oh, okay.
It says he was in Avatar, and we just watched that. But I don't remember seeing him.
Did he just do the voice?
I don't know.
Because I think this was.
He was in Jumping the Broom. Did you see that film?
I did not.
Yeah, you would like it. I think he plays. I don't know if he plays the groom. Yeah, he does. He plays the groom, and the girl in the movie is. She was engaged to the guy whose dad was on not Full House, but on a sitcom. God, what is her name?
Oh, it's Paula Patton, because he's
right.
Robin Thicke's ex-wife.
Yes, that's right. And this was a great film, and he was in that. And I think he might have been in one or two films. For some reason, I thought he might have been in a Tyler Perry film, but here he plays, the love interest. As you can see in the movie, and it's a great film. Like, he's a great actor, and so he has made quite a few films.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was a fun film.
Stomp the Yard. I've heard of that one before.
Oh, was he in the unit? I kind of watched that series. Oh, he was only in for one season.
Okay.
So that's a military show.
Okay. Wait. He was in Entourage?
Yes.
Oh my
Snoop's assistant.
I love this show so freaking.
Oh yeah, this is a classic.
Much. This one,
that and Dream On are the two that
they really are. Somebody asked me. They said, "Well, what was it like when you lived in LA?" I said, "Watch Entourage."
Yes, and Arliss was the other one.
Yes, and
Arliss. Yes. And I always wanted to be like Sandra Oh, the secretary to Arliss, but that never happened. But
she was
she's like, Arliss, he's gonna walk if you don't get in there. And, but his name is Laz Alonso, and I did just want to mention him. He's Diesel. He's hot. He's definitely got a nice physique too. He looks like he could take a few people down, if he got into a fight. I think he could hold his own.
Oh, heck yeah. Without a doubt. He most certainly could.
Yeah. And, it's funny because I think when they say the boys, they mean this group of them, not the 7, but these guys are the boys, I'm guessing, is this team. And of course there's a girl, but that's okay. They mean this group here. And rounding those, the 4 boys of the boys are amazing, but so are the heroes. I'm sorry, the super villains, let's say, if you want to call them that. But all in all, this show has such a variety of attractive men. No matter what you're looking for, you will find a man that you will like. They're all really, really likable,
They're
even the bad guys.
They really are. It's like a box of chocolates, literally. It's like
Yes.
if you like the awkward,
Yes.
nerdy
I'll
guy,
take that one.
you have Huey. If you want, no nonsense dude,
That's
just
right.
rough around the edges, you got one for you.
That's right.
If you want a pretty boy, we got one for you. Yeah,
Yes.
it really is just refreshing,
Mhm.
to like see that there's like different expressions of masculinity from, one end of the spectrum to just, okay, now you're really overdoing it kind of thing. But it's great to see, and I think that's one of the
Mhm.
reasons why I'm so invested,
Yeah.
in this show. And Steve Bax, 1964, says, and Arla Sandra Oh finally got her groove on in the last season. Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know that. I just loved her wardrobe was unbelievable. That wardrobe that she wore was like,
Mm-hmm.
she must be making a lot of money to be wearing that. It was all couture. I was like, wow, how could they even afford the budget for that, for the show? Where are they getting these clothes from? They must have like gone into some designer's closet or something. But yeah, Lorraine, I have to say that this show, it oozes masculinity. It's called The Boys, but it's like these are some badass boys. Let me tell you.
I mean, yes, without a doubt, they really are. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah,
just like there's a time to be nice and a time to freaking not be nice and just get down to business in order to get done what they need to get done. And I'm just like, I'm all here for it.
yes.
Totally, totally, totally. All here for it, for real.
Mhm.
So folks, that is going to wrap up our show for today. We're talking about the boys, and of course
Mhm.
the boys in the boys. We may have to do another show because there's more boys in this show that we have to
Part two,
get
part
to.
two.
Yes, part two. Absolutely. All right. So before we head out, do you want to let the folks know what you have going on?
Yes, guys, of course, on well, today is Thursday. So, of course, we're on our Toxic Male Appreciation Show, guys, every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Twitch. And then the rebroadcast on YouTube Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So, if you missed it tonight, you can go ahead and watch it then as well.
Mhm.
On Fridays in the morning at 12 p.m., you can find me streaming on Midnight's Edge in the morning with Tom and Andre. Sometimes on Fridays nights and Saturday nights, you can find me streaming with Robert Meyer Burnett on the Post Geek Singularity Network on Midnight Musings. On Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find me on my Sunday brunch show on my channel, Positive Fandom, where we do all the parlay of the fandom. So please do come and check us out there. And on Monday nights, as always, you can find me streaming with Lorena on our show, Toxic Femininity at 8
Mhm.
p.m. Eastern.
Mhm. She is a busy woman, folks. So
Yes, and
please
please subscribe to
do.
Positive
Yes,
Fandom.
subscribe to Positive Fandom over on YouTube and definitely follow her over here on Twitch as
Yes.
well. Well, went over a lot of shows that she and I do together.
Yes.
Plus, of course, for me, Sundays there's the Welcome to Florida show at 8 p.m. Eastern over on my channel. We do funny, informative, historical shows about the state of Florida, just all the craziness that goes on in that the second craziest state in the union, literally. Wednesdays, of course, you can find me on Drunk 3PO's Basement channel for the Dark Council, where we do pop culture analysis, social commentary. We got even original music. Abu Nas throws it down. It's a great, great, fun time, fresh perspective.
Fantastic.
So definitely do check that show out as well. My Lunch Table Show is on hiatus for the summer, just kind of taking a little break from that. And on Saturdays, of course, I have my theme park streams at 9 a.m. Eastern. And at 7 p.m. Eastern, I usually have some kind of live stream going on my channel. And this week, if you're watching the live broadcast here on Twitch, we are going to be reviewing all of Kenobi, the series on Disney Plus. So we're going to be breaking that down and kind of doing the Monday morning quarterback thing now that the whole series is done. So definitely come and check that out. It's going to be something else, something else. And if you are watching this, the rebroadcast over on YouTube, that particular Saturday coming up, we are going to be reviewing part 2 of season 4 of Stranger Things. So you do not want to miss it. It's going to be freaking amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll make sure to post a poem to you ladies Monday around 7:45 p.m. Oh, well, definitely let us know. Definitely let us know. Definitely let us know. And a sweet poetic heart is definitely valued. Definitely valued, my dear. We should appreciate that. All right, folks. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this edition of the Toxic Male Appreciation Show. We are so thankful for you guys spending your time with us. We sure do enjoy spending it with you guys. And you know what? Remember, this is the show where we appreciate all those toxic male traits. So don't let people tell you otherwise. You are definitely appreciated here. So take care, and we will see you next time. Bye.